I'm Juliana Bruno.
And I'm Angel Salcido.
Yesterday, millions of Americans went to the polls in a pivotal midterm election. We have the results.
And we highlight student Jess Guida for her amazing work in the Student Government Association. But first, here are this week's top stories. A Colorado man is pleading guilty to the murder of his wife and 2 daughters. Chris Watts is faced with 5 counts of first-degree murder after publicly begging for the safe return of his wife Shannon Watts and 2 daughters. The prosecutor in the case opted for a plea deal that would spare Watts of the death penalty. The mother of Shannon Watts, Sandra Ruswick, said he made the choice to take those lives. I do not want to be in a position of making the choice to take his. Watts had claimed in court that he had killed Shannon after she had taken the lives of their 2 daughters. Weld County District Attorney Michael Rourke called Watts' claims a flat-out lie and said the spotlight shines directly where it belongs, on him.
The ozone layer is on the road to recovery. A United Nations report says parts of the layer protecting humans from the sun could be fully repaired by 2030. This after decades of damage to the ozone by humans. Although the UN is pleased with this news, they say they shouldn't do any victory laps until 2060, when the entire layer might be fully repaired, should improvements continue at the rate they've been going. And it isn't all good news. Scientists worry the ozone repair could worsen climate change in areas like Antarctica, where the hole in the ozone layer actually prevented the air from warming up.
And going into the Midwest, Tennessee saw Republican Marsha Blackburn take the Senate seat last night. Blackburn went against Democratic candidate Phil Bredesen, who won 43% of the vote, and independent Trudy Austin. After Republican Senator Bob Corker announced his retirement, Tennessee became the battleground states of this election, with Democrats looking to make a huge pickup. The Senate race swayed upon states like Tennessee, Texas, and Florida, but unfortunately for the Democrats, the Republicans picked up Tennessee as well as several other swing states to secure control of the Senate despite the loss. Democrats are celebrating a record number of women. Most of them Democrats were elected to the House of Representatives yesterday. The group includes Sharice Davids, the first Native American woman and the 3rd openly LGBT woman to serve in the House. The first 2 Muslim women in the House were also elected yesterday.
Republican Brian Kemp wins the Georgia governor race over Democrat Stacey Abrams. Abrams says she will not concede because the high-stakes contest is too close to call. Her campaign says it is waiting for absentee ballots to be called, which they say is a major pickup opportunity. Voters' rights has been a central theme in Georgia's governor race. If Abrams were to be elected, she'd be the nation's first female black governor. Democrat Andrew Gillum has conceded to Republican Ron DeSantis in Florida's race for governor. This, an important victory for President Donald Trump. It extends the Republican Party's dominance in the nation's 3rd largest state. Among the biggest ballot question was Prop 4 in Florida, which will restore voting rights to felons after they serve their sentence. The amendment will allow 1.5 million felons to vote once again. Well, it definitely was sunny out there this morning, but I'm no expert, so let's go to Francis Oy for a detailed weather report. Francis?
We're in the midst of fall right now, and my Instagram is packed with all the great fall pictures. If you want to go out to the common and to take some Instagrammable pictures, these 2 days will be your best chance. Today, the high will be 61 degrees and the low will be 44 degrees, a little bit warmer before the temperature slides down drastically this week. Tomorrow will be a sunny day. We will see a high of 55 degrees and a low of 38 degrees. As you can see throughout the day, temperature will be similar throughout New England. On Friday, it will be raining all day, especially at night. The temperature is pretty steady with a high of 50 degrees and a low of 45 degrees. Things will start to clear up on Saturday, but it will be a bit windy during the day with a high of 51 degrees and a low of, wait for it, 32 degrees. Sunday's weather will be quite similar to that as well. Remember, next Monday is Veterans Day holiday, so classes are canceled. Monday will be rainy starting at noon with a high of the upper 40s and a low of 40 degrees. Back to you, Juliana and Angel.
Thanks, Francis.
Our highlights segment gives us a chance to shine a light on influential students at Emerson.
Today, it's all about Jess Guida and her work with SGA and beyond.
Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Jess Guida. I'm your president of the Student Government Association. I'm a senior media studies major, and I use she, her pronouns.
Whatever they may be, we push boundaries.
There's 2 big pieces in my mind. One of them is networking. So getting to network with different schools from across the country, getting to hear how they do things, because you know what you know, and you know your community, and you know what has been done in your community, but sometimes it just takes somebody mentioning something that they've done at their school. And we hosted a conference in August called the American Student Government Association, and they hold regional conferences around the country, and we were chosen as the school to host that conference this summer. So being able to connect with other students this year in this role, that's been kind of my goal. And we've been lucky to have a lot of people come in interested in SGA in the past couple of weeks. I think more than we've had in the past, I believe. And specifically, those roles have been to represent different niche constituencies on campus. So from transfer students to international students, and ongoing. They represent those different voices in the room in our meetings.
Wow, we're so happy to have Jess in studio with us today. Jess, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm all right.
We're great. Jess, I know that you've been doing work with student government for a really long time. How did you first get involved?
So I actually got involved my freshman year. I was appointed to the position of the public relations chair. And then from there, I became the class of 2019 president for 2 years, and now I'm lucky enough to serve as the executive president.
Jess, it's interesting, in high school and in college, there's this perception of student government as just kind of a name, a title. What does student government mean to you?
Right, I totally get what you're saying. To me, student government is a chance for students to represent other students. We get to act as the liaison between administration, staff, faculty, and students. So we get to represent their concerns, be a voice for students in the room, and represent their interests in college decisions.
So you recently presented at the LEAD 365 conference. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So LEAD 365 was a national conference in Orlando, Florida. And this is something that our executive board and SGA had went to last year and decided to go to again this year. And they actually they solicit submissions for student speakers. So I applied to be a student speaker. And it was really great because the conference focuses on, leadership, professional development, and things like that. So it was really great to get to speak there.
So how was that experience getting to work on your speaking skills in front of a crowd that really, if it were me, I'd be under pressure. How was that experience for you?
Oh, I'm with you. I was absolutely under pressure. I'm not a public speaker. I don't think I have a career in motivational speaking or anything like that. But it was a really great experience for me. My speech focused on introverted leadership. And I've been going to leadership conferences since I was in high school. And I think that's something that maybe has been missing from my experience is that, I'm an introvert. I'm also a leader. And I've never really heard anyone say that before. So I wanted to be that voice for other introverted leaders in the room. So yes, nerve-wracking, absolutely all of that. But it was also an incredible experience to get to have that opportunity.
Jess, how can students on campus get involved not only with SGA, but engage with SGA?
So there's so many different ways. First of all, you can come and join. We're having elections right now actually for elected positions, but also we appoint positions throughout the year. So if you're ever interested, shoot us an email, just message us on Facebook, whatever it takes. But there's also other ways to get involved because I know not everyone can commit to that, and that's totally okay. We hold events. We're holding an academic town hall, for example, at the end of November. That would be great for students to come and voice their concerns about their academics and with other faculty members in the room. We have events, we have elections. So there's different ways to engage with us. Just seek us out.
I was lucky enough to serve on SGA for a while as the journalism department senator, and I've noticed now that there are departmental boards set up around the school where you can place a sticker. That's an excellent idea. Could you talk a little bit about that initiative?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is something that was really started by our executive vice president and our academics department senators. So if you see the boards around campus, they're a way for you to express any concerns, to tell us what you want to see from your academic department. And it's really just as simple as sticking a sticker or a post-it on a board.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us today. We're so excited to have you on. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have more for entertainment. Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson.
Hey, Angel, what's the sexiest part of People's Sexiest Man of the Year?
I don't think I want to know.
Well, I'm going to tell you. His Idris Elba, like his elbow, and Idris Elba.
Let's hand it over to entertainment. They can explain that one.
Hi, here are this week's top entertainment stories.
So, Idris Elba is people's 33rd sexiest man alive, joining a long list of Hollywood's hottest celebrities Elba portrays Kingpin Russell, Stringer Bell on The Wire, and as Guardian Gatekeeper Heimdall in Marvel's Thor franchise. When he's first heard in the news, he's simply called an ego boost. When he's not being one of Hollywood's brightest stars, Elba might be DJing in Ibiza, kickboxing in Thailand, or designing his own clothing line, not to mention planning his wedding to with his fiancée, Sabrina Dower. She's a 29-year-old model to whom he proposed in February. So do you guys think he deserves this?
Well, I guess. I mean,
To be honest, I don't even know who he is.
I mean, it's a step up from last year.
From
It was
Blake Shelton?
last
Yeah.
year. So,
Yeah, I think
mean,
so.
We're on the right track, guys.
We're not
on
like
the right
country
track,
artists?
so-
Yeah.
he's attractive.
Yeah. Cool that he's a DJ.
Yeah.
That.
In Europe.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Cool.
I like that.
All right, so in other news, Mac Miller's cause of death has been revealed. The autopsy report confirmed that the Pittsburgh-born rapper died of an accidental overdose from a mixture of cocaine and fentanyl. Both his fans and loved ones gathered together last week to mourn his loss at a memorial concert called Mac Miller, a celebration of life. Popular artists performed, and some of his friends in the industry gave speeches to honor him. I was a pretty big fan of Mac during high school. What about you guys? I mean, his death is like completely devastating.
So tragic and sad, truly. It's really, it's really
Yeah, yeah.
devastating, I think.
Personally, I wasn't a fan, but I did see some of the tribute concert,
Yeah.
and that was just beautiful to watch,
Yeah,
and it was very entertaining.
it's always
too.
wonderful to see.
Yeah, I
you
mean, he
know.
helps so many people with his music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Very sad, very sad, but glad that people were there to celebrate him.
Of course.
Life.
yeah.
All right, well, Rebel Wilson is starring in a new rom-com called Isn't It Romantic? The actress is now under fire, though, for claiming to be the first plus-size woman to star in a lead in a romantic comedy, because in reality, Monique and Queen Latifah have also been leads. Wilson has essentially been accused of erasing black pop culture. What do you guys think of all of this?
I mean, it is what it is, I guess.
I think people get a little bit too sensitive.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
If
mean,
anything.
This happens, I feel like this happens a lot. Like, I know this happened at the Oscars with Sam Smith when he was like, I'm the first gay person to win an Oscar, and that wasn't true.
Right.
I think, like, as long as you just have to be, like, especially in regards to these things with, like, marginalized, like, voices being represented on screen, like, it is important to recognize
Of course,
those
yeah.
people, but also really cool that there's more representation of,
Yeah.
like, plus-size women in media. So that's really cool at the end of the day, and I'm excited to see the movie.
All right, well, now let's go to Danielle Finezza with local Boston and Massachusetts stories.
Republican Governor Charlie Baker was re-elected yesterday. Baker defeated Democratic nominee Jay Gonzalez. Baker won the election with an overwhelming 66.8% of the votes. The Associated Press announced the results shortly after polls closed at 8 p.m. Baker has built his reputation as a socially moderate Republican. His focus in office will remain on fixing state government and managing the state budget. Baker is currently ranked as the most popular governor in America based on his previous term. We finally have the answers to the 3 ballot questions in Massachusetts. The no vote won question 1. This means no limits will be set on the number of patients an individual nurse can have. Question 2 received a yes vote. Massachusetts will now create a committee to decide if corporations should have the same rights as people when donating to campaigns. Yes voters won on ballot question 3. This vote will uphold protections for transgender individuals against discrimination in public places. That's all for me on local news. Let's head over to Jade Lopez for the latest sports stories.
Thanks, Danielle, and good morning, Emerson. The United States Olympic Committee wants to invalidate the USA Gymnastics status as a sports governing body due to the struggling recovery from the sex abuse scandal involving former team doctor Larry Nassar. USA Gymnastics, in a statement on Monday evening, said they were evaluating the best path forward for our athletes, professional members, the organization, and the staff. Sarah Hirschland, who became the head of the USOC in July, told gymnastics that the USOC was taking the first steps to decertify the USA Gymnastics. LeVon Bell, a running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers, is risking his career due to failure to report to his team. Bell must report to the Steelers by Tuesday, November 13th before 4 p.m. or he will be ineligible to play for the rest of the 2018 season. Bell told ESPN in early October that he is escaping to protect his health for next contract, but he intends to play football this season. Bell has been in Miami this season, but on Monday he tweeted, "Farewell Miami," without any sort of explanation. Bell risks over $14.5 million if he does not return. That's all for sports news today. Back to you, Angel and Juliana.
Thanks, Jade. Juliana, are you ready for this announcement?
It's a big question, Angel. But yes, I'm so ready. We have the exclusive announcement of this year's EVVY's hosts.
I cannot wait anymore.
Oh my goodness, let's take a look. Congratulations to everyone and welcome. Hello.
First, can you each introduce yourself so we know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I'm Wiley. Hello.
Wiley.
Hello. I'm Destiny.
I'm Spencer.
I'm Isabella.
So super nice to have you guys on. So let me ask you a question. Hosting the biggest student-run event in student-run award ceremony in the nation, what were your feelings when you found out that you were chosen?
I pooped my pants immediately.
Yeah.
No, it was so exciting.
Yeah.
So incredible.
Just grateful for the experience and what's to come, essentially.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I want to get to know you all a little bit more. So could each of you describe yourself in a word or two?
Oh, boy.
Can I?
Okay, 3 words to describe myself currently, 3 terms, if you will, I would say would be the moon, wannabe horse girl, and glitter. Thank you.
Okay. I would say ambitious, spontaneous, and feisty.
I would say goofy, cute, and a Taurus.
I would say lemonade, California, and autumn.
Those are all very specific and descriptive words.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
what sorts of orgs and things are you all involved in on campus?
Yeah.
I am a part of Jimmy's Traveling All-Stars, which is a comedy troupe here, and I'm also a part of a few student-run theater groups. I do a lot of student theater productions as well here on campus. I'm also a resident assistant in Piano Row, and I'm a proud member of Kappa Gamma Chi.
I'm also a resident assistant in Piano Row. Crazy. I am a member of Delta Kappa Alpha, and I am a former contestant on Survivor Boston.
Shockingly, I am also an RA in P-Row with these 2, also a member of Delta Kappa Alpha, also is on Survivor Boston, am also in Jimmy's with Wiley, member of Rare Works. We're all in this together.
Truly.
There's something in the air in Piano Row that makes all of you just talented.
I've been to Piano Row.
Yeah, there you go. It's great. There you go.
I was going to say, how awesome is it to be able to host a live show with people that you're friends with? Because a lot of times you're put together with someone you don't know. You guys, you're all super good together.
Yeah.
How awesome is that?
Yeah, 3 of us were roommates last year, which is so
Yeah.
crazy. That we together. But Wiley slept over at my home, so she's an honorary roommate.
Yes. We honestly all knew each other.
Yeah,
It was really
we're
nice
all-
to hang out and have fun.
That is awesome. Now, Angel, why don't you ask them about the difference between Majestic and Gala?
Majestic and Gala. So Spencer and Isabella, you guys are hosting the Gala show?
Yes, we are.
And then Destiny and Wiley, you guys are hosting the...
Yeah, we
Majestic.
are.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between those two?
So basically, they're both different shows to celebrate the incredible things that Emerson students have done, and because there are so many accomplishments, we kind of split it into two different shows. Okay. So basically, how I would describe it is that the Gala is like you're hanging out, having a play date with your best friends, and then the Majestic is like a birthday party with your best friends. Both celebrations, very different, but the same.
I love that. Now, there's a theme for the EVVYs this year. Tell me about that.
The theme for this year is legacy, which I know we're all super excited about because I think the EVVYs is one of the best ways for Emerson students to showcase not only what their legacy is at Emerson, but beyond as well. And I think even looking at the elections yesterday, like the huge voter turnout for people of our generation, like now is really the time where we as a generation are able to really kind of start establishing who we are as artists and storytellers. So I know we're all really excited about the theme this year.
That is so great to hear. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was great getting to know all of you.
Yeah, great to get to know you guys. You guys are going to do awesome. I already know. So we're going to take a quick break, but stay with us when we come back.
Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson. We are here with Nina, our musical guest.
I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
No, thank you so much for having me.
Nina, where are you from?
Honestly, it's a whole thing, but I'm actually from, well, I was raised in Australia, born in the States and European history, but living in Boston now, so very exciting.
So the songs you're going to be performing for us today, are they originals?
They are both originals. I'm singing Guide Down and One Sip, so really excited.
Awesome.
Just released them this summer, so very excited.
Well, we are going to leave you to it, so take it away.
Thank you so much.
I don't live in the moment, hide my emotions. So what's this feeling inside? You made me lose focus, try not to notice that you're changing my mind. And I don't ever show my and I'll let you break down my walls. It's gonna take time, but I'll try to let my guard down for you. It's gonna take time, but I'll try to let my guard down for you. Baby, I don't wanna hide, so I'll try to let my guard down for you. It's gonna take time, but I'll try to let my guard down for you. Oh, I'm an overachiever, caught with a fever. I didn't plan for this. Oh, but you're so charming, you got my body questioning. Am I ready for this? Oh, yeah. And I don't ever show my own, but I'll let you break down my walls. It's gonna take time, but I'll try to let my guard down for you. It's gonna take time, but I'll try to let my guard down for you. Baby, I don't wanna hide, but I'll try to let my guard down for you. It's gonna take time, but I'll try to let my guard down for you. Always keep myself overprotected. My emotions have got you faking. Oh, it's gonna take time, but I'll try to let my guard down for you. It's gonna take time, but I'll try to let my guard down for you. It's gonna take time, but I'll try to let my guard down for you. It's gonna take time, but I'll try to let my guard down for you. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So this next song we're going to do is another summer single that I released, and it's called One Sip. And we're going to have fun with it. All I need, just a little taste, one kiss. Let's not overthink and live. Oh, oh yeah. Just one look, and I'm feeling like confident. Just one sip is all I want out of this. Ooh, I had no intention to get so tempted. To bring the Patron, no need to chase it. Oh, all I need, just a little taste, one kiss. Let's not overthink and live. No drink is a waste when the first sip tastes the best. Oh, 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 oh. When the first sip tastes the best. Oh, yeah. Bring the wine. We can run from daylight. Pull me close. This is one night only. Sugarcoat this memory. No intention to get so tempted. Let's bring the Patron, no need to chase it, yeah. Oh, all I need, just a little taste, one kiss. Let's not overthink and live. No drink is a waste when the first sip tastes. You give me just a little buzz like this. Let's not overthink and live. No drink is a waste when the first sip tastes the best. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. When the first sip tastes the best. Yeah, yeah, oh. All I need, yeah. All I want, yeah. I had no intention to get so tempted. Don't blame the Patron. No need to chase it. Whoa. Oh, when the first sip tastes the best. Oh, when the first sip tastes the best. Oh, no drink is a waste when the first sip tastes the best. The best, the best. When the first sip tastes the best. When the first sip tastes the best. Thank you so much, Emerson.
Nina, that was incredible. So where can I listen to those songs?
So you can check me out on Spotify. Nina, it's probably best to type in Nina One Sip because otherwise Nina Simone turns up. Not that famous yet.
Oh my gosh, you will be though.
Thank you so much.
I think so. Jesus and Nina, unreal job.
Thank you guys.
I was sitting there, Juliana can tell you, I was like, oh my God.
We just kept making like gaped faces at each other.
Thank
Incredible. Thank you so much for joining us today. That is all we have. Tune in next week for more top stories.
And lifestyle correspondent Maria Sato will be in studio with a special segment.
From Good Morning Emerson, I'm Juliana.
And I'm Angel.
Thanks for waking up with us. Play us off a little bit. Oh.
No drink is a waste. The first sip tastes the best.
Oh my God.
Oh, 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 oh.